Richie here at NAMM 2015 at the Fender booth with Alan. Alan, what do we have here?
What we're looking at is our 2015 limited collection. Our concept here was that we have three main categories of instruments, vintage, standard, and deluxe. And these are all USA made, and what we did is we highlighted our core models from those three major categories. So our limited collection is actually American standards, American deluxes, American vintage guitars that have been tweaked in some small way to make them very interesting and collectible. We've got 10 guitars starting in March. We're going to ship one guitar each month all the way through the end of the year, and there's only going to be 500 units of each guitar worldwide, so they're very limited and collectible. So I'm just going to highlight three of my favorites, starting with this one right here. This is an American standard Tele, which means it's got custom shop pickups, a modern C-shaped neck, but obviously what we've done is we've made it into a double cutaway, which is really, really neat. It's one of the most unique ones we have. It usually strikes people as quite odd when they first see it, but I think it's super cool. The American Standard is kind of the hub of our wheel. It's really our flagship model, and it's really the pinnacle of what we do. It's interesting to note that in our Corona factory where these are made, there's still over 140 hand touch points when these guitars are crafted. So that's just a great, amazingly well-made guitar. This is really light, has a nice belly cut, and it features an upgraded ash body with a butterscotch and blackguard classic look to it. That's the American Standard double cut Tele. Another one of my favorites is this Longboard Stratocaster. This kind of harkens back to what surfboards used to look like, made out of different stripes of wood that go all the way through the body. What we've got here is ash, rosewood, maple, and mahogany in the center. It's a hardtail with an HSS configuration featuring our brand new Shawbucker pickup, which sounds amazing. On the back, we've got a really neat see-through back panel so you can see the inside of the electronics there, which is really neat. But visually, this is my favorite. Very, very unique. That's the American Longboard Stratocaster. And finally, we've got this American vintage 50s Tele. It's kind of hot rodded with a humbucker in the neck. What's really unique about this is the redwood body. It's a one-piece redwood body that has been reclaimed, which means it's probably several hundred years old. When wood ages, it gets more dry and more resonant, and it really rings tonally. So that's one of the benefits of using aged reclaimed wood. What we did is we just gave it a nice dark stain so you could still see the pattern of the grain. Beautiful redwood body there. So again, just summarize, our limited collection here is our core models, American Standard, American Deluxe, American Vintage stuff, tweaked in some small way so they're special. They're all very limited, and look for them in stores coming soon in 2015.